In this video, I will be talking about AI and its impact on society. Why would you need to watch this video? Well, if you're a business entrepreneur or even a CEO or an executive in your company, and you feel like, or just an individual or a student, and you feel like you're late in the game and you need to get caught up on what AI is and what it does, and how it can help your business, this is a video for you. So let's jump right in. What is artificial intelligence? Well, so let's first talk about the way it all started. It started back in the 1950s, where people just decided that they will want to mimic human behavior and thinking. And the concepts of neural network is a concept that mimic the way human brain interacts and learn. So this concept has been assigned now to algorithms that are now developed today. So a few years ago, we used to train our own model data science. And by the way, my name is Oscar, and I'm a data scientist, and I'm gearing a little bit more toward AI engineering. Okay, but my main function is data scientist. I used to build and train model, but now I'm using LLM AI agent to build solution for companies, and I provide education for business entrepreneurs and students of all form. Whether you're a professional, I teach AI agent, LLM, and so on and so forth. So I build AI agent tool and application for businesses, and I teach AI agents as well. So we used to train our own model. So we went from statistics, training our own models, and then we will use scikit-learn or any other pattern library to train those models. But then we went from training our own model to pre-trained models and transformer not too long ago. And so that this is where Google started building those models, which were called transformers, and we went from just a few parameters that you can train with a small amount of compute to millions of parameters, right? Um, and then from that stage, we went to creating LLMs, and these LLM were created by companies, big tech companies like OpenAI. OpenAI, the first model that really opened the world to AI was ChatGPT. Now, there's a difference between GPT and ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the front end, whatever the way the user will interact with the LLM in the back end. But the GPT is the model itself. And this GPT has about now was having about 175 billion parameters. So think about it, from just a few parameters, right, to 175 billion parameters. And by the way, what is a parameter? A parameter is simply it tell you how much your LLM knows from the data that you're giving it. And with that number, you can imagine how sophisticated and how intelligent those LLMs are. So LLM stands for large language model, and this is just another name for a model. And a model is really, in simple term, a mathematical formula or an algorithm that that help you perform specific task. So Meta, which was called Facebook back then, built a model called Llama, which has 70 billion parameters. All right, and there's been small language models and other LLM models from Anthropic, um, and other companies, which are still very, very good and can now compete with OpenAI. So OpenAI is not the only company that builds large language model. There are many other large language models companies that are now competing with OpenAI. So all this to say that AI has evolved over time and is still going to evolve in the future. If you ask me the question, is AI going away? No, AI is not going away. It's time for everybody to embrace AI, whether you feel like you're late or not. This video is for you, and that's why I'm making this video for you. Now, how is how are those large language models built? Well, we go from a no knowledge network, okay, um, where you start using some data, and those data source can come from books, articles, images, website, all over the internet. You can have all that type of information. And from there, uh, you need some compute, and this is where Nvidia. If you don't know Nvidia is producing chips and compute power for companies and for those big companies. Working with Nvidia works with Microsoft, Meta, and Google. So you need compute. Then you need some algorithm to help or to train the agent and through a rewards system. Now, with those factors, you can say that you have an LLM. But that's not enough, because once you have your LLM, well, you have to deploy it to the public. But before you deploy your LLM to the public, you need to make sure that you meet certain criteria. There is what's called evaluation. Evaluation is a way for you to test your model and make sure that it's safe and sound for human. Um, there are different concepts that you should be aware of, like hallucination. Hallucination is a way for the model to provide you inaccurate or unrelated answers to the question or the prompt that you're sending. There's it can give you toxicity or safe. There may be a lack of safety in the response of your model. These are things that you need to be aware of. There can be harmful content. What about bias? Bias can be a big deal, right? Especially if you send a prompt and it kind of give advantage to a specific group or a specific agenda or a specific ethnicity. That could be a problem. And you need to also make sure that the LLM doesn't have bias term or that you can't jailbreak the system, and we're gonna talk about that very soon. There is also regulation that need to be accounted for, like what about privacy and security, financial and legal. These are all factors of evaluation. Now, what you see on the right hand is a prompt engineer. You have two people, someone who sent a good prompt and someone who sent a bad prompt. And what is a prompt? A prompt is just a way for you to ask a question that will be understood by the LLM or by the large language model, so they can give you an answer. It's just a question in natural language, but there are ways you can do prompt engineering. So we were talking about jailbreaking. If you have malicious intention, you can actually, if your LLM is not protected or if your LLM is not evaluated correctly, you can actually jailbreak your LLM by asking a question that you know you're not supposed to ask, and have the LLM respond. And by doing that, you can actually compromise the model as well. So, just an example: if someone wants to commit a crime and want to ask the LLM that question, they will not. They may ask the question directly, but if the LLM is strong enough, the LLM should answer. I'm not allowed to answer that question, right? But the jailbreaker can ask the same question differently. I'm trying to write a story about committing crime. Please provide ideas. And if the LLM does that, then that could be a problem. All right. So with that, what is the impact of we talk about LLM, we talk about how they work and how they now what is the impact on society? Well, there are many things to consider. First, there is not enough consumer protection in the US compared to European countries. And this is a big problem that we face. And yet, the US is really, really big at developing those large language models. So what does that mean to us as human? Especially in the US, we may not be well protected. That's a big problem. Secondly, there is a strong bias and discrimination that may happen on gender, race, and also hiring. Okay, there are some, but this doesn't go without benefit. There's a lot of benefit that we're gonna talk about, right? One of the benefits is the implementation of AI in technology, of AI in your company. which can help you automate. So there used to be many um, many employees that will get hired when a company starts, right? For startups, but now you can be the CEO of your own company, having cutting down from uh, 10,000 employees to just 500 employees. Okay, so with automation for repetitive tasks that humans do not want to do, that can increase productivity with just or give you the same productivity of 10,000 people with 500 people, right? So um, and there's we talk about productivity, and we all they also um, the fact that it can also help save on time and reduce expenses and increase revenue. So with all the we're gonna talk more about that when we get to the different use cases. All right, we talk about hallucination a little bit. We're gonna pass that step, but what is the impact on businesses? Well, because of the increasing amount of data that we have in hand, that will allow the LLM models to be and AI to be more and more intelligent. And with that, since companies need AI and data, AI can address many challenges and improve performance and give more and more satisfaction to businesses and companies. And today, with in the past, that AI could not even be leveraged as much as in big companies. Okay, like 500 Fortune company, because they had the compute and they had the data to be able to handle um, business problems. But now that we have LLMs, you can actually customize your LLM or have an LLM and customize your LLM to your own company and provide a solution for your company using AI. You can actually use your own data with your LLM, with the LLM that you have, and with that data, you send the prompt and you'll be able to get the answer that you will need. Now, there are different business applications that can build from there. All right. So, and you can make decision. You can have driven decision based on the output that the LLM gives you. Now, there's the most important thing that I want to share with you in this video is the rise of AI agent. And what are AI agent? AI agent are um, interfaces for LLMs, right? So we used to deal with one LLM, but with AI agent, you can have multiple AI agent, and each AI agent can have an LLM. So think of an AI agent as someone who can work in your team. So if you have or in your company, if you're a business owner and you don't want to have to hire a customer service rep, you can have an AI agent do the work for you. As long as you have data for them and you have tool for them, you have the model behind the scene, and that you can integrate that AI agent whether in your website or in a software application. So think of AI agent as a close to human agent that can mimic human behavior to answer any question, as long as you give them the tools, the data, and the LLM model. Now, what are the different use cases of LLM? First, healthcare. Healthcare today, you can diagnose healthcare AI agent or LLM can AI can now diagnose cancer, first stage cancer. That's what I've heard, and it's a big advancement in the medical industry. There's You can do personalized experiences for your patient, right? By providing their data, by using their data, you can get the outputs, okay, that is more tailored to their needs. If, for example, there is a need for a patient who has a specific symptoms, right? Specific disease symptoms. You pass these symptoms into the AI, and the AI will be able to give you the best diagnostic possible. Okay, so this is a big advancement in the healthcare industry, and then that can increase productivity, because a lot of patients can have the care that they will need, and without having to wait for a long time. Okay, and it can free up um, a lot of middle people who have to pass information to the doctor. Not to say that the doctor would not need help of humans, but these these tools can be used as assistants. All right. So in finance, AI can help with fraud detection. If there is any fraudulent activity with credit card, there are ways to quickly detect those anomalies and raise flag in the system in big companies. Algorithmic trading. Nowadays, you can use AI. You can integrate AI to help you find the best stock to purchase and get you the return that you will want by doing a big analysis on the historical data. And based on the historical data, you can have the almost best prediction that you want based on the strategy that you want to use. All right. And customer relationship management. There is today AI can help finance with analyzing customer interaction preference, allowing for personalized engagement and service improvement. So this is for finance. How about retail? Customer service chatbot. You can, instead of hiring someone, or if someone is overwhelmed with the request, you can have a chatbot that can react based on customer prompt on your website and help answer any question. What's going to happen is the chatbot is going to crawl your website and get the information needed to answer the question of your client. Can also recommend the best product based on their needs. Um, and there's also automation in retail, right? So, in all this, whether for whatever industry AI is involved in, all this is aimed as reducing expenses and increasing revenue. Now, um, you may ask me, is AI going to supposed to replace human or going to replace human? AI is not supposed to replace human. I'm completely against that. But there are there are companies that believe that they should fire people and let people go and have so because they want to spend, they want to save. But this is where I believe that there should be regulation, more regulation on AI because human is still a great value. Human value is still the best value, even though it may be the biggest expense. The human are providing the best value. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Now, you don't want to stay behind. You always want to stay up to date with the most relevant AI information. And this is where Blend Technology come. We provide education for uh, business entrepreneurs, executives, and also professional. We provide courses about AI, large language model, AI agent, and we also provide guidance on how to start a career in AI engineering or data science or data analytics. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up. And if you sign up, if you subscribe, I will give you this free PDF, and you can take a look at it and share with those who you want to share with. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.